Use your head. When I first heard this title, I was shocked. Somebody told me, use your head. And then, very slowly, he said, it is the title of the book written by Tony Buzan. And this is the book, Use Your Head. Well, it teaches you how to think. Now, that was the first time that I understood that yes, you can be taught how to think. I thought I knew how to think, but this book tells how to think scientifically, how to think in a whole brain manner using both the left and the right side of the brain. This is the first book written by Tony Buzan and published in 1974. So, this is a book which is again life changing. And if you want to learn how to use your brain effectively, then this is the book to be studied and remembered. So now here is a mind map of the same thing. It makes things easier. Though there are 15 chapters listed in the book, I have been able to make it much simpler with a mind map and divided it into 6 branches. So first one is of course the introduction, where Tony Buzan tells his story and the story of Edward Hughes. Both were not doing well academically, but once they learned how to use their brain effectively, they started doing much better and would top the exams. So there are 15 chapters, but this is on the brain and the mind, how the brain works and how in schools our brain has been reined in, how it has been made effectively. And then of course we have reading. Reading is actually a very scientific and complex process, and it is very scientific. This book tells you how to read effectively and even up to the speed of 10,000 words per minute effectively. And then of course you have this one on memory. There is a chapter on memory and how our memory works. Memory works by association, imagination, and location. And then of course there are 4 chapters on mind mapping, but because of a mind map I have been able to group it under a single branch, and that is mind maps. It discusses the rules, the laws, and the techniques of mind mapping, and the most important is mind map organic study technique, also known as Buzan organic study technique. After reading this book, I was really very charged up and made a lot of difference in my life. I started making mind maps after mind maps, and today I certainly feel very strongly that if you want to do well, then Use Your Head is the best book to start with. It explains everything so very simply and so very logically, and the most important part, it gives you a hope, a new direction in how to think effectively, especially in the fast moving 21st century. So this is a mind map which I have made recently. Now look at the mind map which I made in 2010. There is a lot of difference between this mind map and the latest one. Thank you and have fun.